On the beach, we got no relaxing. Every Tuesday's a trip, come share the fun. In this warm embrace, there's love everywhere. Talk it out, all vibes alright. Nobody's wrong here, I like tonight. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out, with love we embrace. No topics too bold, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. I'm sorry, your pride to journeys apart. We celebrate life, each unique part. A safe haven here, where spirits soar free. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. Let the colors shine bright in the warmth of the night. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out, with love we embrace. No topics too old, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. Let the colors shine bright in the warmth of the night. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out, with love we embrace. No topics too bold, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. With these words we share, we bring the light. Join the talk show, let your heart take flight.
Welcome again to another SayCo Show right here exclusively on Podbean. Well, for now. So we're going to talk all about that tonight. How are you guys? I've missed you, and I cannot believe it's been a full week yet again, y'all. It goes by so fast. I'm your host, SayCo Alford, and this is the SayCo Show. Can you believe I've been doing this for over 3 years? I cannot believe it, guys. Where does the time go? I'm super, super excited about continuing however the show is going to morph in the future. Right now, Podbean is saying they're going to end the live feature, guys, on the 18th. So that means this is the second to the last show where we can talk live during the taping of the show with the chat room. So those of you that are listening right now, whether you're on podbean.com or Podbean app, this is where, I can say hi to everybody that's here in the chat room. My buddy Todd up in Canada, brother Derek up in Ohio. This is where we can share things, and I can tell you we're live in the studio and give us a text. But let's just say what we always say, guys. 615-805-4363 is our texting number. And guys, we want to hear from you. After all, what do I say? It is your show. If you have ideas or comments or concerns, anything you want to talk about on the show, just give us a text. 615-805-4363. I just received a text and someone said that the music, the show opener, was staticky again. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's kind of freaking me out. It's been like this for a couple times now, so we're going to try to figure out as best we can moving forward. So if it sounded bad to y'all, I apologize, and thanks for the feedback. I want to know these things so we can fix it right away. I'm home, guys. The studio's packed up because we're moving locations. I'm speaking right now in my vintage 630 Electro Voice microphone. It was made up in Michigan way back in the day. I wonder who talked and sang in this microphone, guys. Who was speaking? Who was the last owner? These things just goes through my head all the time. I love this microphone so much. So many of the big names in the business, Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, all of them are photographed singing into this type of microphone. And I'm still trying to find a Patsy Cline picture of her singing in a 630. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Let me recap. Can we spill some tea? Let me catch y'all up because this gay guy has got some stories for you. So I got up super, super early this morning. I woke up in Columbus, Ohio. We flew down to Texas. We went to Austin and on the small plane, and then the small plane coming to Nashville. So our small planes hold 143. The big planes hold 175. So luckily, it was just 3 crew members, and we worked 2 flights home. By the time I got home, of course, I had to grab some money in one bank and take it to the other credit union bank to pay my credit card. And then we were grabbing pizza. Some stuff came in for my husband's ministry. I'm married to a preacher, y'all. Can you believe that? I often joke, in my last relationship, I used to just cry and say, God, can you hear me? I got to get out of this relationship. Send me someone that is at least a believer that I could pray with and we could talk things through. And so that gentleman went into the past. And what does God do? He sends me a preacher. So don't dare the Lord, because I tell you what, I begged for a long time, send me a Christian man. And what does he do? He sends me a really amazing gay preacher. So, we went to the P.O. box and picked up a bunch of new signs, business cards, directional things, maps, etc., because the ministry is moving to a different location. And that's where the topic starts up here, guys. The SayCo Show has been, I guess you would say, the location was set up for us through the ministry and through another ministry. And they said, come on in, move in, do whatever you want. We're so excited. At that time, I was doing a local radio station. And so they kind of sponsored me in their own way, and it was wonderful. And it's time to move on. And so we have been given new space, and so we're moving. So I am coming to you live tonight from Brother Derek says, God says, I got you. That's right. I'm glad this sound is good and clear in my vintage microphone. Thank you so much. I see some other people jumping in the room. Hello. I see Linda in here. Hi, Linda. But anyway, we are moving, and so the SayCo Show is all packed up. And guys, you know that I had it all set up because my talk show on the radio station was a bunch of talking for 3 hours, but also music. And so I wanted everything around me, especially when I had a musical guest on the show, to be vintage musical pieces. So I don't know if any of you have seen some pictures of the studio, but I had all really vintage pieces encircling the desk and whatnot. And so all that has been packed up, and it's ready for its new home, its new studio, and we're going to be setting that up in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm home. So if you hear a bird squawking or the dog running by, that's what's going on, because right now we're kind of, I don't know what you would call it. I guess you would say we're in limbo right now, even though I've had a blast every time that I come to you live from the house. So for those of you that are just joining and don't know anything about me, I'm just a gay guy that lives outside Nashville. I'm a flight attendant. I've been flying all over the country and parts of Central America and Mexico and the Caribbean for 28 years. And if someone would have said, you're going to live in the South in a red state, and you're going to be married to a preacher and have a backyard full of tomatoes and chickens, I would have said, you are mistaken. You pulled the wrong file. But guys, it's been such a wonderful surprise. Life is crazy, isn't it? The one reason that I started the talk show over on the radio station is because I wanted to talk about gay men's health and all men's health, really. And so when I had my bout with testicular cancer, they found that tumor and they cut it out of me. And thank goodness I didn't have to do chemo or radiation. But I'm constantly talking a couple times a year, especially about men's health. So those of you listening right now that have some testicles, I want you to check yourself. I want you to check yourself in a hot shower every month. And those of you that know someone that has testicles, tell them to check themselves in the shower once a month. Early detection is key. Found my tumor very, very early on, hadn't spread, cut it out of me, and it's been 3 years, so thank goodness. So I started branching out because people have been asking and asking and asking. They are like, please, SayCo, push the show out in other ways besides Podbean. So I kind of started a soft opening on social media apps, and then I kind of started a little bit with the YouTube channel. We're not getting too much traffic, but it's starting to catch on. But what really, really helped is being over on Spreaker. And the Spreaker app is even more simple for me, the novice, to do a personal journal podcast show. And so we joined the free part of Spreaker. And it's been so much fun, guys. We've been on there like 2.5, 3 weeks. And we even hit the charts up in Canada. I could not believe it. So for a little while there, they post the top 250 podcasts in Canada, and it refreshes. Your number will change every hour. And so we debuted at 104 out of 250 up in Canada. So Canada, thank you so much. And I know that Todd is here in the chat room, my buddy up in Canada. I want to applaud you, Todd, because I know you're sharing and you're talking about the show up there. And I give kudos to you because you've really helped me up in Canada, and I so appreciate you. So I got an email from a friend that said, did you know you're on the charts? And I said, I'm sorry, charts for what? I had no idea. And we talk a little more about this over on the other side. I'm calling it the other side because I don't really pay into Spreaker or any of the other podcasting places. But what I will say is this. I'm now on like 17 or 20 new podcasting platforms. So wherever you find the SayCo Show, I'm so glad. Please like, share, and follow. This gay guy's got to get some followers out there, and we're trying to catch on as best we can. And I'm learning this as I go, guys. I'm 51. All this stuff is kind of new to me. And I'm asking younger people to help me because some of this stuff is right over my head. But, we were 104 for a while on the charts in Canada. And then I think we jumped to like 131. And then we were like 153. And then we were like in the 200s for a while. And I think the last number I saw was like 226 and then 241 or something like that. And then, of course, I think we went higher than 250. But we are getting many hits up in Canada. We always have had a big following here on Podbean in the United States, of course. But Canada has always been my very best number 2 slot. And then we have a lot of people that listen in the UK, India, down under in Australia. We've had some hits in Germany and Switzerland. But I really want to say thank you to Canada because, number one, I didn't know there were charts outside podcasting outside our country. But I guess I'm just naive. And then for Canada to place me on the charts like that, my goodness, what a wonderful surprise. So thank you so much. Those of you that are listening up there, you guys are just the sweetest people. I've been up there many times. I took a helicopter from Boeing Field outside of Seattle, and we took the helicopter up on the water real low. It was just such a beautiful ride, and ended up in Victoria and stayed there on the island. We stayed in a hotel that kind of looked like a castle. It's a famous hotel that had high tea and everything. And walked around and did some shopping and went to Bouchard Gardens and really met just real sweet people. Canadians are just amazing. And you obviously like what I'm dishing out, so I appreciate you so, so much. Let's get me back on the Canadian charts, shall we? I guess the way you do that is by sharing, following, downloading every show, and also leaving comments. And yeah, let's get me back on the charts, guys. So we're super excited about that. Spreaker has opened up so many doors. I didn't really understand the process through Podbean. Podbean does offer to send those RSS feeds out and everything. But Spreaker kind of made it automatic. And so we're now on Amazon and Apple. Those of you that have devices at home, you can just speak into your device. You can just, or your app, Apple app, or you can just say, Alexa, play the SayCo Show, and it will. It's just incredible. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, I would love to, just hear your feedback and let me know how you're listening and where you're listening from and all that kind of stuff. So, but just now, because I said play the SayCo Show, my device started playing something on a podcast. But anyway, that's funny. You think it's too far to hear you, but it's listening at all times. Big Brother's listen. But it's been such a joy. We're on Amazon, we're on Apple, we're on iHeartRadio, we're just on all these platforms. So wherever you normally listen, whether it's, what's it called, Audible, or wherever you're downloading your favorite podcast, would you please promise me that you're going to go search for the SayCo Show? Make sure you spell it right, SayCo. Sometimes it wants to know who the host is, so make sure you put hosted by SayCo Alford. But a lot of my friends have been saying, you're not going to believe this. I just got a ping that you're on my podcast platform. And I'm like, yeah, we just joined. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been super exciting. And I love the feedback. I love, that people are saying, I found you. You're not only on Podbean anymore. So, we're on, the REC studio, which is connected to Spreaker. And then, of course, we're here on Podbean. We're on the Clapper. We're on, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so we're super, super proud and excited. And if it catches on with really good numbers, guys, we're just going to keep doing this. So there will be definitely a conclusion from the new site of the SayCo Show for this season, which is season 3. And then we'll be back for season 4, which I'm tickled about next year. But yeah, if you find me on those other apps, it won't necessarily be Podbean's full shows, but I believe I can record over on the other side for up to like 15 minutes. And I'm kind of calling them thoughts or mini shows or journal entries. And basically, I'm just trying to get people to realize that I'm exclusively on Podbean, and I hope that they come over here on Tuesday nights live. So we're going to push that. I believe I have like 27 episodes already over on that side through Spreaker. And then what I'd like to do someday, I was doing mini podcasts on Swell, and the Swell app closed down. Well, I was able to download all of those shows. I had like 400 shows over there, and they're all under like 5-8 minutes. So eventually I would love to get those on Spreaker, where one episode would have maybe 2 or 3 mini Swell episodes on it. Let me know if you would be interested in something like that, if you want to hear those older shows. I know a lot of people are saying that they would be interested in that. I see some other people joining, Stephen, Francesca, a whole bunch of people. Thank you for being here live. Guys, it's kind of sad. I can't believe it. Podbean is ending the live texting, the live chat room feature starting the 18th. I believe I might have one more live show, and then after that, it will be an upload. But don't worry. I mean, I've always been this way, even since the radio station. So we're going to record it live, and then we're going to immediately upload it. So don't worry, the format or the feel of the show, a lot of people say it just feels like such a real conversation. That's the way I want it to feel. Everyone else is so polished and edited, and I don't want that. I just want us to talk. Y'all know me. I can talk about anything, right? So, we'll figure it out. I'm paid through the rest of the year on Podbean. Whether we stay here or we add something else, we'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'll keep y'all posted. Let's talk about The Devil Wears Prada 2. You know that every gay man was lined up on the first to, be the first to see the part 2. Guys, it was amazing. I talked about it for about 15 minutes over on Spreaker. For those of you that didn't hear that episode, let's talk about it right now. So we like to go up to Hendersonville, which is a town over from where I live. I live in Goodlettsville, which is just down the street from Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood, Patsy Cline's house. And so we like to drive a town over. And they have those really great stadium seats that recline all the way down to a bed. We love those. So we're all excited. We're walking in, and there's 2 older women that are sitting in our seats. I'm like, hello, these are our seats. And she said, what do you mean they're your seats? And I said, well, we reserve them. She said, oh, I've never heard of such a thing. You want us to move? I said, well, yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. So they moved over, and we got comfortable. And I'm telling you, it was like 40 minutes of previews. And once we got through the previews, the movie started. And guys, everything that we've been wanting from Prada for 20 years. We've loved this movie. We know the lines by heart, right? Every time we want to be a little catty and whatnot. A lot of us say, that's all. Do you guys remember that line? So we've been memorizing and falling in love over and over and over again with The Devil Wears Prada for 20 years. And so for them to come back, of course, a lot of us were wishing, well, give us some backstory. What have they been doing? Are they still at runway? What's going on? And what they gave us, I'm not going to do too much of a spoiler alert for those of you that haven't seen it yet. You must go see it. Must. But what they did is they gave us a really good fix on what they've been up to for 20 years. Then they gave us a whole new storyline and dilemma. And then by the end of the movie, they wrapped up the dilemma and continued onward altogether. And it really, some of the things that you go, oh, I wish they were friends, or I wish that would have happened, or blah, 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 or why did she quit? She should have stayed, All that is wrapped up and buttoned up so nicely. Now, the only thing, I got to say something. I'm the guy that says the glass is half empty. The only thing that I would complain about is that it felt very short. It was a great script, great plot. It moved nicely. We never turned to each other and said, this is a little slow here. We never did that. Some movies will turn to each other and go, they've got to get going on this now. And you just kind of go, okay, yawn, let's wrap this up. It was not like that at all. The entire time we just kept going, oh, good, oh, wow. The whole time, my spouse and I. And the only thing I would say is I wish it was longer. When you have such a buildup as this after 20 years, of course the fans are going to show up. They've loved this movie for 20 years. So why not make it 10 or 20 minutes longer. It would have just been wonderful. Now, I don't know anything about making movies, and I don't know anything about money. So I'm sure one more minute would have been millions of dollars. But if you're going to call back all these folks that love it, that are die-hard fans, I would have loved for it to be a little longer. They really could have done extra and more with it. But who knows? We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe they'll come out with a part 3. We don't know. But it was worth our time, money, effort, etc., etc. I'm wondering, have any of you here live in the chat room seen it yet? I'd love to know if you guys have already seen it and what you thought of it. It would be a lot of fun to get some feedback. Everyone that I've spoken to said, we already bought our tickets. We're going tonight. We saw it last night. Everyone that I've been flying with on the plane has said they loved it, or they're so excited to see it that it's number 1 on their list. So I really feel like it's going to do very well as far as the money and the rankings. But I can't pick one thing, guys. Now, as a gay guy, most people think that I'm really into fashion. For myself, I'm not. It's fun to dress up my husband because he just loves clothes. He always has. And he has really expensive taste. So I've learned to, find some stuff that might be copies or whatnot, just so he's happy and he really looks nice all the time. I'm always telling him, why are you dressed that way? We're just going to lunch. Why are you all dressed up? It's usually we look totally opposite. He'll be in a button-up shirt with like jewelry and a belt and nice shoes and slacks. And I'm in flip-flops and shorts. And it might be because I've been in that starchy uniform on the plane for 28 years. So when I'm home, I don't want to be dressed up. I don't want to be in 3 layers, the t-shirt and then the shirt and then the vest and the blazer. I don't want to be in any of those layers. So usually we look quite opposite. But as a gay guy going to a fashion movie, you would think I'd really be looking at the clothes. And guys, I am. I know my husband is. I really was looking at the clothes. It was so much fun. But also the storyline they gave Andy about her clothes and her vintage collection was really fun. And then I always look, like for the Oscars or whatever, I'm looking at the jewelry. I love accessories and I love symbolic pieces. And I'm always looking at like more hair and earrings and jewelry and stuff. So it was just the gay man's dream. It was funny when we first got there, people were walking in and it was every age range, but there were like a lot of like girl groups and a lot of gay guy groups. So it was kind of funny. And some people dressed to the nines, like they made it like an effort. Let's go all dressed up as a group. I just thought it was wonderful. But it's not going to disappoint you as far as fashion, and it's not going to disappoint you for storyline. It was so good. And I can't wait to go see it again because there was so much. It's multi-layered. So I want to watch it again just to make sure I caught everything. And then I want to watch it again when it's on release for home so I can just be comfortable in my own place where I can pause it and we can be eating. And then I can watch it a third time. But, the next 20 years, I'll probably watch it 100 times. You know us. But it was so good, guys. I know this episode is kind of multi-topicked. And I usually do that when I'm home. And so because we're not in the studio and we don't have a live guest or a live audience, it just kind of feels nice to go through my list and just talk to y'all. It's nice that way, too. But yeah, let me know if you guys go and see it. I know you can leave comments here after the show's uploaded, but you can also go over to wherever you listen to your podcasts and look for me and search for me, and then you can leave topics and comments over there. I'm super excited about the new space. I don't know if I'm going to use all their equipment. They have really nice podcast equipment. I don't know if I'm going to go down that road or am I just going to keep doing what I'm doing in the new space, but I'm certainly excited to decorate and come to you live, hopefully before this ends as far as being here in the chat room altogether. What do you guys think of being live on Facebook at the same time? Then we can talk. What do you guys think? We could post within the SayCo Show Facebook page. Or if I'm live, we would be able to text live. Let me know what y'all want to do, and we'll figure it out. We did test the clapper for going live. They call it the radio button, and we tried to do that, but I was unable to do comments back and forth. Y'all were just listening to me there like you would listen to me here. But again, it would be live, and you would be listening live. Then you could send me a text. Do you guys want to just do the show by texting in? Let me know what you guys think. I'm open to anything, really I am. Derek up in Ohio says, I love the live feature, so I would download and use any app for it. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Send me a text. The SayCo Show's number, 615-805-4363. Let me know if you have some ideas for a certain app that you use where we could do what we're doing right now live in the chat room, posting pictures, communicating live during the show, and also posting. So let me know if you know of a good site that we could do side by side with Podbean. Now, whether I stay here or I move on to another site where they do still have live features, we'll work all that out for season 4. We're just trying to get through the rest of the year right now with the situation we've been handed. I'm kind of mad at Podbean. I'm going to be honest, guys, because when you pay into something, especially prepaying in for the year, those features should be consistent. So I'm kind of ticked off, but Podbean's been really good to me. It's kind of funny though, the search has kind of changed. If you go search for me on the chat AI stuff or Google or Safari or whatever, when you would search for me, SayCo Show podcast, it always brought up Podbean. But now it's starting to bring up all those other websites. Some of the websites I haven't even heard. I've been using friends to say, hey, is this legit? And my best friend Derek has been checking things out for me and saying, yeah, they're legit. They're just doing previews for you for free. I'm sure there's money involved or some sort of sponsorship for that website. And I know that people are, listening in other ways. I just would prefer that the big shows were listened to on Podbean because people subscribe in, and I think that's the important thing. The SayCo Show will always be live. We received a couple comments last week that y'all said, are you going to do anything where it would be fan paid or private groups or what have you? For now, we don't have plans to do that. But maybe for season 4, we'll see what happens. We just need to find the right platform for our show because I've been live on the radio and I've been live on this podcast. We're not going to be doing any edits here. I think it cheapens the topic. And I don't mean no disrespect to the folks that like to edit. I'm just saying this is a conversation. It's a talk show. This isn't anything more than that. So let me tell you about yesterday. So I arrived at my layover hotel downtown Columbus. And we love to always go together as a crew, the pilots and everybody. Sometimes we meet other crews from like Delta and international airlines. And we all just say, hey, y'all go and so are we. Let's all go together. So we always walk a few blocks away to the North Market. And it's a small place, but it's very quaint. Lots of great food, lots of great gifts. And so when we arrived yesterday at the hotel, I had already told my crew that I was meeting my brother. And they were like, well, that's great, but you're still going to do something with us, right? And I felt nice that they were like, no, don't go. So right when we walked in, the hotel's like, we got you. Don't worry. There's some free drinks over here and the place next door and blah, blah, blah. So we ran over there and had, appetizers and Jello shots and margaritas and everything. They treat us crew so nice in places. And it was a lot of fun. We met a lady that, a girl that was working at a pub a couple places over from our hotel. And she was telling us about her dog and how she's short on money. So all the crews asked for her cash out, and we all sent her a little bit of money. And it's just stuff like that it feels good. You're helping someone out, and I love when crews all band together like that and do stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, my best friend, who I say is my brother, Derek, drove from Cincinnati to Columbus to meet me, and he picked me up, and immediately, what do two gay guys do? We went antiquing. So we hit some antique shops and thrift shops, went and ate in the car, and just talked about everything under the sun. And he hit a sale, and I was just laughing so hard because he's like, ooh, a pillow, ooh, soap. And so we hit a really good sale at this one store. And then I could not keep my eyes open. I was like, I am fading fast. I've been up since 2 a.m. flying all over the country. I love you, brother, but it's time for me to sleep. So we kind of cut it off a little early, but I'm glad so he could drive safely all the way back to Cincinnati. But Derek, since you're here in the live chat room, I just want to say I love you, and it was so much fun. And I can't wait for us to do it again soon. And then, of course, he pulls up with a bag full of gifts. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have anything to offer right now. But it was wonderful, and I love everything that you gave me. Very, very sincere thanks. I know tonight's show is running a little small and short. And listen, guys, you know that the show quality it hinders a little bit when we don't have a guest or a live studio audience. And so as soon as we get the studio set up and we figure out what we're doing, of course, we're going to start having guests on the show again. And I'd love to hear your ideas for, the show topics. Let me know if you want a past guest to come back on. Let me know what you want to talk about. But once again, Canada, I appreciate you for putting me on the podcast charts. That's super amazing. I cannot believe that happened. Go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. It was phenomenal. Wherever you listen to music or news or podcasts, please search for The SayCo Show and like, share, and follow. Those of you that are listening here, and if you feel comfortable, I would love for you to please share this episode on your social media and tell all your friends. Say, listen, I listen to this gay guy in Nashville every Tuesday night. You should listen too. And spread the word, because this has been such a special, shocking surprise. I can't believe this just dropped in my lap, and now I'm kind of addicted, and it feels weird if we don't do a show. So even though I am exhausted with jet lag right now, I couldn't leave y'all hanging. We've got to talk. Even if it's about nothing, we still got to talk. So I just so appreciate y'all. You guys have supported me, and we're going to have more fun. The SayCo Show may be changing a little bit as far as location and the way that we offer the show because of Podbean. But as soon as we figure it all out, these bumps are going to go away, and we're going to be smooth sailing again. Wherever you are right now, I hope that you're okay. If you're having troubles, need things ironed out, you talk to your doctor, talk to your best friend, talk to your pastor, talk to your therapist. Get the help that you need. We're always talking about prostate exams here and testicular cancer and whatnot, but I want to make sure that you all know that it's important to check in with your buddy. If you truly are friends and brothers, you should be talking to your buddy about when's the last time you ask them how their life is going. Do those life check-ins. I think it's really important. I've been deep diving into my journals and sharing some of those big, ugly memories from my past over on Spreaker. So go check those out. I was talking about some mental and physical abuse in my past, as from my parents, my childhood. And it's good to talk, because the reason why I share such personal things is, number one, it's healing. It's good to vent and get it off my chest and out of my mind. But also, I want the people listening to just know that I'm a real person just like you, and we're going to get through this together, and I want to be supportive. Y'all are supportive to me. I want to be supportive to y'all. So reach out and get the help that you need. Mental health is important. Start a journal. If you feel uncomfortable about a journal, start a podcast. Do something. Go on a hike and talk with your buddy and vent. It's important to talk. Talking starts healing. And so I want you to do that. Promise me you're going to do that this month. Put it on your list. Go out, buckle up, be safe. Thank you for joining us for episode 321. I so appreciate you. The SayCo Show is copyrighted. Let me know where you find me. There's a whole bunch of websites out there that I don't know about. So let me know where you're going to be listening. And of course, please come back every